Hey guys, it's my 71 Plymouth Satellite. Um, Actually, I got it cloned into a. Well, I was trying to go for the GTX clone theme. Um, Originally, it was a Satellite Sebring Plus. So it was a big block car, 383 car, 727. The previous owner put a 440 in it out of. I think he said it was a 68 Charger motor. I picked it up on eBay out of Iowa, and come to find out it was actually that person had bought it from West Virginia. So it's been around the U.S. quite a bit. Actually, there was a registration card from the guy that owned it in West Virginia, and I contacted him. Sent him, I had his address, so I sent him a letter, and I was like, "Hey, I think I got your car." And I told him I bought it from a guy in Iowa that he hadn't had it long. So I actually got a guy called me up, and he told me some more history about the car. He actually bought it in Southern Virginia, and he repainted the car, and I think he said he put a new intake on the engine, and originally it was a yellow car, and he repainted it and did some things and sold it on eBay. But he said that the guy that had it in Southern Virginia was a family member of the original owner. He lived up in Wisconsin, and the guy had I don't know, he was down on his luck, and ended up he drove the car down to Virginia to stay with his relatives, and trying to get back on his feet and all. And it progressed where ended up the guy committed suicide in this car, and so his family had let it sit for like years and years, and then eventually they got to the point where they sold it. So they sold it to a guy in West Virginia. He repainted it, did some work to it, sold it to a guy in Iowa, and he claimed he rebuilt the engine and put a 501 cam in it, and sold it to me. And I got it. Well, I got it delivered because I didn't pick it up in Iowa. But that was a long story, just getting the thing home. But I had the seats redone, put in new carpet. Got a Edelbrock carb, and new carb, and a new intake for it. And actually, it wouldn't half run when I got it. The gas tank in it was toast, had rust in it, and so I put a new stainless steel tank in it, new fuel pump. Just been working like a dog on it, just trying to get the thing. Seemed like everything on it needed to be replaced. I actually put a new brake booster, new master cylinder. New electronic distributor. I'd like to find a like the center hood piece to it. Like I said, for make a GTX clone out of it. Of course, the flat hoods or satellite hoods, the Roadrunners had, you know, the side engine call out numbers on them, kind of side scoops that came out the side. It's kind of how you can tell the difference. Other than that, the body's the same between the Satellite and the Roadrunner. But right now, I had original transmission was slipping real bad when I'd got it, and I had it rebuilt and put a new torque converter in it, and ended up the torque converter went out on it, and had to pull the transmission out again, and of course it had metal all in it from the torque converter, so I had to get it rebuilt for a second time, and sent the torque converter back to the manufacturer. They replaced it for me for free, but of course they didn't help me out on my transmission. I got a local guy that rebuilds them, but you know, I had to pay him basically to rebuild it again, and put that in and drove it. Last year it drove fine. Transmission shifted good, everything was good. Over the winter it set, and started leaking fluid bad. I thought it was like the rear main seal on the engine, but turned out it's a transmission leaking. So I pulled the pan off, and there's a lot of metal in the transmission. Like I said, I have a leak. It looks like the pump seal is leaking, and metal in it. I replaced the fluid and put a new filter in it, and gonna have to take it out and to minimum replace the seals in it. So it's sitting here in the project barn. Got many projects, many cars to work on.